So here's another person that we have lost, mainly because the reason why you probably didn't hear about it is because it got buried with all of this Wuhan noise, just like when Bill Withers passed away. And it was kind of a blurb on the radar, and then it just kind of went away. But in case y'all don't know who this is Earl G. Graves Sr., and he was the founder of Black Enterprise magazine. Well, he just recently passed away at the age of 85. Black Enterprise, to me, was seen as, I guess you can say, the black version of Forbes. With Forbes magazine, it usually highlighted a lot of Caucasian entrepreneurs and millionaires and billionaires until more recent years when it became more diverse. And Black Enterprise was basically the black version of that. Sort of like, it was a thing where, you always had to have a black version of something that was considered to be Americanized, quote unquote. Like you had American Bandstand, then you had Soul Train. You had Forbes, Black Enterprise. You had MTV, BET. So, if you understand where I'm going with this. But I'm going to go ahead and read this article that was written up about him and see what else we can find out, if there's any more additional information. Earl G. Graves Sr., founder of Black Enterprise, the media company focused on black entrepreneurship and black businesses, died Monday at the age of 85. Graves passed away quietly after a long battle with Alzheimer's. His son and current Black Enterprise CEO Earl Butch Graves Jr. wrote on Twitter. Well, that's good to know that his son is now the CEO of the company, so it's still in the hands of not only a black man, but in the family. Because, leave it up to people like Jet and Ebony, who, I forgot which one of those companies it was. They wasn't trying to leave it in the hands of one of the, was it the daughter or something like that? They did leave it in the hands of the daughter, and it just went haywire. I forgot what publication it was. But I'm glad that it's still in seemingly good hands. I loved and admired this giant of a man and am blessed to be his namesake, he said in a tweet, "Love you, Dad." Black Enterprise magazine also shared the news on social media. "We will ever more celebrate his life and legacy in this, our 50th anniversary year and beyond," the publication wrote in a tweet. So it got started in 1970. Graves Jr. did not immediately respond to CNN's request for comment. Graves first launched Black Enterprise in 1970 in an effort to cover black businesses and also provide business strategies to the magazine's readership. "My goal was to show them how to thrive professionally, economically, and as proactive, empowered citizens," Graves wrote in his 1997 book, How to Succeed in Business Without Being White. His efforts paid off. As of 2019, the magazine reaches 4 million readers, according to the publication. Graves went on to create Earl G. Graves Ltd., the parent company of Earl G. Graves Publishing Company, which produces Black Enterprise magazine. His son Graves Jr. became the CEO of the company in 2006, though Graves Sr. remained as chairman. In addition to his work in media, Graves also served as the CEO of Pepsi Cola between 1990 and 1998. Now that I did not know. Imagine that, a black man being the CEO of Pepsi, and for 8 years. That's actually a decent run, to be quite honest. So this man always had an entrepreneurial spirit about himself, and I'm glad that we had somebody who put something out there like that for black people to read, because and I know it could have been a bit of maybe a struggle for him, because you gotta think he was competing against Forbes. Now I don't know how long Forbes has been around. I'm assuming it's going to be around a little bit longer. But not only was he competing with Forbes, but he was competing with Ebony and Jet and those type of publications where it focused on entertainment. And a lot of people love to be entertained. When it comes to business, that's like, oh, I don't want to touch that. But I'm glad that Black Enterprise touched on business, and then it touched on entertainment a little bit, but mostly from the business aspect of it, where you probably have entertainers that were in the publication, but they were talking about businesses. Like, for example, I don't know if he made it in Black Enterprise or not, but Nipsey Hussle. He was an entertainer. He was a rapper, but he was very business minded. He would be a perfect example of somebody who went in there. I know some of y'all don't like him, but I know Jay-Z probably has made a few appearances in Black Enterprise over the years. So I can definitely appreciate what he gave the world and the community. Unfortunately, not many people will receive it that way, but I'm definitely glad that he left it in the hands of his son, who has been the CEO since 2006 and is still the CEO to this day. So I definitely give kudos to that. But RIP to this wonderful pioneer. I guess you can say he's an unsung hero because he wasn't an entertainer by any means, but he definitely brought something that was needed, more of an asset through publication to our community. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this man down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Have your notifications turned on, and I will talk to you in the next one.